Welcome to your Dealmaker CRM. We're going to be talking about the closing app. Now, this is the best app on Podio. You know why? Because it means you officially closed your deal. And now we're going to be talking about the closing protocols. So first thing I'm going to do is add a closing. I'm going to be using the same example we've been using on all these videos, 610 Crescent Drive in Brownbrook, New Jersey. And then I'm going to save this closing and let the CRM do its magic for a second. I'm going to refresh the page, and here we go. So on the right-hand side, you have a step-by-step for your closing protocol. So if you have any questions or if something is hard to understand, you have an explanation right on your right-hand side. Now for this deal, I'm going to do it as sold. You also have the option for kept for rehab. So you kept it as a fix and flip project for yourself, or you kept it as a rental project for yourself. We're going to say we wholesale this one and close it. Closing date, I'm going to use today as an example. Now here is your closing protocol. So on the right-hand side, you also get a pop-up that explains what these protocols are, as well as on your activity bar. So you can see you have the settlement statement, so your HUD. So if you're not familiar, this is the closing statement for the seller and buyer. Your fee should be on it as an expense to the buyer. If the deal has a double closing, you would have two of these because you did a double close. You closed this deal twice. Technically, with the double close, you buy the property, sell it. So it's two closings. You close it for yourself and then you close it the second time. But for wholesaling, one HUD statement. So you collected this, you collected your check, you collected your assignment fee, archive all your documents so you keep yourself organized. You're done with this deal. It's officially closed. Archive everything. Don't delete. You never want to delete anything. Just archive it. Save it for safekeeping. The next thing is you're going to import your income and expenses, and we're going to do that shortly. Thank you email to the seller, thank you email to the buyer, thank you email to a third party. So this would be your title company, your closing attorney, your real estate agent, your boots on the ground. With real estate, networking is huge, so you want to keep great relationships with people. So sending a thank you email to everyone involved in this transaction will definitely be worth it. And then officially you can close this file. Now, we're going to be talking about this part very shortly about inputting how much you've made, how much expenses you've lost on this deal. So our buying entity was Direct Buyers Nationwide, our company. Closing manager, I'm going to be putting myself. Core team was ourself. VA, I'll put myself. Again, this is all to keep you as organized as possible. So the more information you put on here, the better. But again, all of this is optional. Title company, the test, closing doc links. If you have any documents or links that you want to add here, you definitely can. If this was a JV or a referral, make sure to add the JV contract or anything here. Now let's talk about profit and losses. So let's say on this deal, we made $10,000. Our deposit was returned. So usually my deposit is between $100 to $1,000, depending on the deal. So let's say we got our $100 back. Any refunds that were given back to us, no refunds for this one. Let's talk expenses. So this would be any expenses that you had on this deal. You would create a new item. So whether it was a virtual assistant. So let's say we use a virtual assistant. I'm going to keep the vendor blank. It was a one-time payment. Say we paid it last week. It was an employee salary. Again, you have all options right here. These are all expenses. The best part about all this is if you keep yourself organized with your expenses, come tax time, you're going to be 1,000 times happier because you have all your expenses laid out and tracked and ready. You want to deduct as much as possible. Costs, I'm going to say we spent $500 in VA costs. Any details you want to add, and then what account it was paid on, you would add your banking account. That way, everything is tracked. You can see the whole point of this CRM truly is to keep you as organized as possible. Your banking statements are connected, your expenses are connected, all the apps are connected. So it's truly to make your life 1,000 times easier. So I'm going to save it, and you can see right here, we have our expense, our virtual assistant, which was $500, which means our return on investment. So we added our expense, and as you can see, our net profit / loss for this deal, $9,500. So the more expenses you have, obviously, the less you've made on this deal. Again, this is all to keep you organized. So you know if you're spending too much on marketing or you're spending too much on leads and virtual assistants and you're not making that much in your wholesaling deals, which probably won't ever happen, but it's always good to know and keep track of everything when it comes to your wholesaling business. Now, once you've officially checked everything off, we're going to go back and we're going to close this deal. Now it's time to go find the next deal.